Working tools, huh? Not working tools. No worries, I can flip as well. The joke is not working, huh?
Excuse me, guys. Can I use this side of the table, please?
It's fucking. It's a silly joke. It should work well. Okay, this is my interview 2 years ago with Danil. Who the fuck I am? I'm Minckovskis, and I will try to reach it to the end here, just for you to understand who I am. And all those, like, I started my career as the barber of my dad in 2003. If you want to see and hear the full story, welcome to the Nevsky interview. I told that. I was a bartender. I started to be. I finished my hospitality degree in bachelor. Then I started to be category manager and became a brand ambassador of 2 countries. Then I became a global brand ambassador in 2015. It's 10 years I'm doing a global brand ambassador. At some point I was double global brand ambassador. And then Nevsky asked me who the fuck I am, because I was the first one in his compass just to have double global ambassador in a portfolio. And now I'm a freelancing and marketing brand development consultant. Yeah, and my daily basis is actually pretty heavily using AI tools. And I'll show you how it works. Okay, I have 4 categories that I divided my AI tool, and I'm using that. It's menu development visuals, because I'm still doing the gas shift as the brand ambassador, and it's needed to use in my daily routines. Product creation, okay. You are loud, where are you? It's not brand stations. Where the way?
CEO видимо, like,
Yeah, but Danil's running.
yeah, it's just a CEO.
Thomas Kendry? Okay, thank you so much. Okay, no, it's not.
We're going to talk about AI, but we cannot handle presentations.
Okay, I told you, he's retired. You need to get back the thing. Yes, yeah. Fine. Okay, product creation, I'll show you later as well. Brand strategy development, will something with those guys. And then it's educational and presentation work. Kind of, I'm trying to do, first of all, a menu development. Okay, I already covered that. As the brand ambassador, I need to present my things, and then to create new flavors, new menus, new cocktails, and yeah, I have a database, but easy to use the AI, and actually we do have everybody experience and creation of cocktails. And it's much easier if you do a correct prompt to the guy and then check it and correct, rather to invent something new. In my case, I'm traveling like every 5 days a week, and every new cocktail takes time. Here I do have this guy who helped me do that. And he helps to do visualization, and I use that while I made the creation. I just recently closed the deal with a new opening restaurant. They asked me to do the consultant and to build the concept for them. It's a Vietnamese bistro opening in Latvia. I was one of the 3 guys they asked to make a deal with them. My price and what I gave me on the table. I came with a proposal, and first meeting they give me a task. Second meetings I present them the menu. This is the menu I present to them, like fully built with AI, and I'm only one guy out of the 2 who build this shit with just giving the proportion and sending it to. There's a different way of AI. There's a ChatGPT, there's Sora, there's Gemini, banana things. Just drop the things and ask him to create a cocktail. I even dropped the glass picture to more close to the menu that will be in a real restaurant. And I received that one. When the people just saw that, I was so close to close the deal, because none of the others showed something tangible. Yeah? Even if it's like artificial, I told them, this is artificial intelligence created pictures, but based on a recipe that we will try. It's something close, not yet 100% picture, yeah? and it was enough. You see, this is like pictures of a glass that I need to use. This is the cocktail that was given as an example of what AI used. And that helped me to make this deal happen. Like I covered the deal. Yeah, this is like done. The next stage already degustation and bank account. It's in, and then I got things out. Really helpful things. Again, this is the gas shift menu. We all do gas shifts, and we have abilities just to ask them how we can guide the things. This is a Mexican cuisine kind of bar. It's a popular thing now. It's agave things, and just do the correct prompt, receiving a correct result as the cocktails. Just you do remember we still did gas shifts and cocktails.
I made it.
Yes, we did the presentation already. Okay, this is all about the cocktails, guys. It's all the same. You do the recipe, checking the recipe, receiving the pictures, you go to go. Yeah? And the good part of that just you build on everything you just prepare, you can do a prop list for the bottle. Even for yourself. You just drop it in, ask to prepare a mise en place, français, oui. And it gives you full preparation list. If somebody is doing that instead of you, just step by step. If the guy can read, he can do the preparation. He can do as well a shopping list if necessary as well, to find where you can get it in the place you are going, which will take place, for you it's taking time, yeah? You need to find a way how to get this product in any way. Well, like, we do the Geschichte in Berlin, I'm not aware where can I buy that. This guy probably can search, and then we can actually know where we can buy those ingredients. It's less movements from your side, but more preparation in terms, like you show yourself as a professional. Product creation. There's some Latvian guy who knows the things. It's the local gin that I was consulting as a brand development director. Sounds cool, yeah? But this is the real prompt that I dropped in. Well, we know what is a Negroni and we know how to build it, yes? And I was playing how to do of the Negroni. This is a local gin producers, two brothers are making that. And now you can find this in all national air companies selling on board. I brought some with me, just will be curious just to try that. It's kind of classical Negroni, and by the prompt you just can, I know that I would like to infuse that, and the infusion happened with the ingredients that is inside of the gin. I would like to enhance that. Like, there is a blackcurrant, and I want to have it in my red vermouth, and there is rose hips that I would like to do in the Campari. It's like, well, make me a cool recipe, and then he dropped me a cool recipe. I did some adjustment, I tried that, boom, it's selling in duty free, it's selling in our Baltic national company. Yeah, it's like from the prompt to a real product on our Baltic. Yeah, there's the sales happening before, but if product shit, there is no sales. Huh? Fully generated prompt to the ready end product. Brand strategy and development. Okay, with the Obda, I told you already, gin brand, that I built a brand story for that. I'm not the guy who can do the good. It's there's a specific guy who's doing this reading. I don't remember the name of the guy. Creating the story. Yeah. With the brand, and with the help of AI, I build the whole marketing things, giving just them tasks and back and forth pushing with the prompts to build the brand story, brand identity that's close to the brand. As well with Sawai, there will be Aleks and the guys from Sawai telling you who it is. But I'm reading the books. I'm not just talking with AI. But I was reading a book about marketing, pretty classical one. And there was a cool statement of how you can create a story to sell. I like that. Copy that. Drop that. Give it a task. And based on the materials I read, I received the fully ecosystem made for the HR company, the platform. For me, it was like weeks to board, to push hard and bring it on in the wall. But for the guy, it was like 1 hour of just prompting to get it done. From 1 week to 1 hour. Yes, still reading the books, getting the quotas, understanding what you want to get, you're receiving a result. As well, the marketing sure starts to be easy. You have your tools, you have your knowledge. Don't trust the guy, but use your knowledge to back and forth the prompting with AI from my side. Like market search with AI is pretty easy. Back on the Opel, we built, just showing you, this is an old bottle of Dr. Gin. Latvians will surprise you, but this will be a new bottle which will be presented in November. Just gathering information about the category of a gin. I can understand completely that 0.5 for this gin is not the proper volume, 0.7 by showing just doing the research on the market, best category. 95% of the gin 0.7. They are out of the category in terms of bottling. But you need to present that, and I have the task for the AI to prepare that, to make a presentation to the owners. Based on that, they understood that they are out of the just volume size, not in market shows. And that comes to the redesigning the full idea of the brand itself, from this to this. Yeah, and like what the Negroni I showed you will be in a new, different form, just because the proper market research showed them that they just need to move forward a bit in terms of volumes and design. Again, just using the tool, back and forth prompting, giving a result that surprise in general. Yeah, we have the stickers on the table, so guys, on my background, I just got you the things covered. I did the presentations, educational part as well. Here I will go the presentation. It is not, well, that one I made by myself, but as well, shortening the things by helping with AI. But I told you, I'm doing the freelance brand ambassadorship, and I'm working for Pernod Ricard, and they have Lambron. And Lambron's guy don't have nothing about the brand. As in general, they have a brand book, but you need to present it to the end consumer. That means I need to build a full presentation based on the lamps, and I need to find out how. Yeah, the full structure was given by AI, just to fulfill the information and facts. I know how to do the presentation, what it should consist of, but then the full structure is a second to give me. Yeah, it's prompting taking a time, 20 minutes just to prompt, yeah, just to type. But the result, you have a full structure there. This is a fully built presentation. I was given a task to build a presentation on a Baltic Bar Show. There's something new, rising star, hopefully, in the Baltics, Lithuania, Estonia. And they know that I'm, as a global brand ambassador, for 10 years I was flying more than 800 flights. More than Nevsky, more than 80. We were doing the Sheldon flight. And they asked me to do Instagram versus reality as the brand ambassador. I've never felt myself so narcissistic doing this, because it's only my pictures, reality and Instagram pictures, yeah? But the whole structure, the whole content, only pictures mine, the whole other things is Instagram. And then artificial intelligence. And afterwards, I came to make the Instagram stories about that as well, because it's felt good, people like that, and it's already came as a content for my Instagram out of this artificial intelligence presentation for the bar show. It became in a contact in my Instagram. Well, and yeah, and then I'm doing education for the Pernod Ricard sales guys, just simple things. Again, the structures built on with AI. I'm not anymore doing the structural things. I have the slides done, fulfilled with information. And the last one, I need to do the test for them in Kahoot. I'm just sending all the presentation and asking to do 25 questions based on my presentation. Done. Easy. Yeah? Because I know that all information is here. I don't need to do it anymore because he can do it normally. Can't 15 minutes, yeah?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Thank you so much. It's artificial intelligence, huh?
Oh, okay.
What?
Are you only halfway loaded?
Okay, and the last one, I hope Nevsky will have it in his in the bottom there. I'm finishing my brand ambassador manual. It will be 12 chapters, priced, yeah. Something it will cost something, I don't know yet, but it will be 6 basics. How to be a better brand ambassador, on my opinion. I hope it will be for free, and I will give the full list. Well, you read it before you post it. This is something I'd like to show because I had a lot of requests from the guys, the newcomers and brand ambassador world, how to start to do it, what is the correct way, as I am 10 years already doing that globally. And I understood that I probably can share my thoughts of how it's done. Yeah, like It's a menu. I'm writing the menu. He's editing it, doing better for the reading because I'm not a book writer, as probably a lot of our banters who wrote that. But he helped me to just edit it. I think I'm done. Yeah.
Yeah!
This is my instrument. You can put this one fine. If not, no fine.
Do you have any questions for Michael, maybe? So, hello guys, I'm gonna talk about a little bit different topic today about the AI tailored solutions for hospitality industry. As Michael already told, yeah, you can use AI in very different ways, but there's a bunch of websites. So I just want to show you some startups that we are doing in AI that is connected with AI for hospitality. So first of all, of course, it's me. My name is Aleks. I'm from Riga, from Latvia. I used to work in industry for 10 years, and yeah, I climbed my ladder from bar back to bar owner in Oslo because I used to live there as well. So we're gonna talk about that later. And now I'm co-owner of Swap Glassware that you can check out at this beautiful bar and have some drinks there. And also I'm one of the founders of Sovai, which is the startup we're gonna talk to you about today. So first of all, yes, our industry is sticking to the roots of classic cocktail books. We still have many classic cocktail bars that are just focused on the classics, but we also have these new different techniques like rotorbabs, centrifuges, and of course AI came in as well, so we use that a lot in our bars. But yeah, so our industry kind of splits and sometimes it merges in some bars. So AI came in quite quickly here, back in 2020, I would say. So it came to our industry, and there's a few startups and a few big brands who are getting really into that to help to optimize the routines for our industry. So I'm going to talk about this today. So one of the first startups that I found, it was a Starbucks Deep Brew AI. So what they do basically data analysis and analyzing all the, let's say, customer orders. It connects with POS systems. It can do even, it will analyze your purchases on the app, and it will analyze what they put in the POS system or who buys what. And it will give you, depends on that, it will give you personalized marketing as well. So it's quite a cool tool. If let's say a small bar or a big bars would have that, or a chains as well, so we can actually know, let's say, okay, which whiskey and whiskey sour we should use more because we have just more data. Because just asking the guest, okay, which whiskey you prefer all the time, you'll go crazy, you will not write it down. But with the AI, of course, it can help us to get much more data and have an overview of that as well. So yeah, it gives you opportunity to create better schedules as well, because yeah, it will analyze the busy hours of specific spots, places as well. And unfortunately, it's just internal app as well, so it's only for Starbucks people, for Starbucks outlets. Next one is Chatlin. I'm not sure if some of you work in the hotels or run Airbnbs. So it just basically connects all the outlets where we can communicate with our guests, especially in hotels. So we'll have, let's say, Telegram, Twitch, Facebook, Instagram, all in one app, and they can communicate there. And also, of course, now they have AI that can automatically answer as well. So let's say if your guest needs Wi-Fi password, so that he will not call the concierge and ask about Wi-Fi, he will just write in the chat, and it's kind of like a very smart chatbot. It can even suggest you, let's say, where to go today or which reservation you should make in some restaurant and bar. So quite convenient too. And another one is a British startup as well. They got into some super big chains in United Kingdom, and yeah, I would say it's more of an assistant of a bar manager. It really helps you with the payrolls, have this overview. So it looks very much as Starbucks AI, but it's just for everyone. So all of us, we can use it in our bars. So all of these apps are actually built to make our routines easier. So especially for the back of the house and of course for our guests as well. But yeah, I had this challenge or I had this always in my mind. So who gonna work with that? So how we actually hire people and how we create even the resumes and stuff. So it all started back in the days in 2015. So 10 years back, I came here from Riga on a van with my bartender friends. I didn't speak English and I visited BCB and I was like, okay, this is super cool. I can learn a lot here. There's a lot of different seminars. Then we went to bars as well. I was like, wow, I really want to live here. I want to stay here. So I put it myself as a goal. So first of all, what we needed to do is to write a resume. So back in 2015, AI was not there. So of course, Google helped me. Google helped me to pay some dollar to write the resume. Then second challenge is okay, how you actually communicate with the bars. So do bar actually have an email for careers, or it's just info email or reservation? So I was dropping my resume everywhere, like literally in any type of email I wrote. So like even they could find my resume on reservation email, which is not GDPR friendly as well. So and then of course I was ghosted many times as well. So I sent around 100 of resumes and I got answered like from 10 and only 2 responded me with, yes, you can come for an interview. In the end I got a job, everything was good. And then I got headhunted in Himkok in Oslo. So it was just by accident because my boss knew the boss from Himkok and they came during BCB as well. They came to our bar and headhunted me and my friend. So only because they had 2 positions open and 2 of us wanted to move, they were like, yeah, it's a perfect match. But how someone of us would know that there's 2 new positions opening up in Himkok? It's impossible. Instagram, yes, maybe, but do you follow? We just have so much information now that I'm not sure you're gonna follow all the bars, right? So it's kind of a lost opportunity. So in 2020, I opened my own place and I finally had time not to focus on the bar because it was COVID and in Norway it hit it very hard. So I finally had the time to write everything down, all my challenges and problems. And I spoke with, of course, other bar managers and asked if they had the same challenge. In 2023, after COVID, I met one of the co-owners of Sovai, or we're still building it, we still don't have company. So he's a guest, he's from IT industry, and he told me, man, actually, we can fix this with AI, because AI in 2023 already start to be a bit more intelligent. So he told me, man, we can really do many things with that and help the industry to, build a better world for recruitment solutions. So in 2024, we ran a survey. Since I worked in Himkok, I traveled a lot, so I knew some people, and we did a survey with 300 industry professionals from all around the world, and understood, okay, there's actually a problem for everyone. So it was just not from me, it was not my personal pain, but everyone has the same problem. So this is one of the main problems, is of course creating resume, where you send it, and are you actually getting response from the potential job employer as well? Or do they actually have an open position right now when you actually send resume? So there's no information, there's no database as well. So there's a lot of lost opportunities and a lot of lost talents. So this is where Sovai comes in. This is what we try to develop. It's AI-driven program or project where we want to solve these issues. So it's going to be beneficial for everyone, especially for, of course, talents and venues as well. So it's going to be all optimized, and we're going to show what we did now already. So first of all, we need to start with the resume. So yes, as a bar owner as well, I received some resumes in a written format. So some guys just wrote to me, hello, my name is Aleks, let's say, and I'm from Riga, da 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 da. And of course, so how are you going to proceed that resume? Or you just receive, let's say, 50 resumes and they're all in different standards. So we as a bar managers or whoever hired, you know that it's painful just to sit on your laptop and reading all different informations everywhere, all around. So there's no standard resumes. This is what we want to solve. to save time. So first it will all start with your resume that you already have in any type of format, that you will be able to drop it in our webpage, and it will be transformed in a one-pager resume. So it will be easier, as I mentioned, to read for managers or for a person who is hiring. Second thing is, of course, the chatbots as well. So the chatbot will, just a sec, sorry, it was too quick. Yes, so it's AI resume creator that's gonna suggest you as well. Let's say, oh, maybe you need to add something here or add something there, just to be able to get this position. So the same from the bar side, you will be able to just do the job opportunity just in a few clicks. So another thing is that you will always have access to this data of candidates, as I mentioned. So we all know how people hire. They hire in the last moment when someone just left their bar, let's say in 1 month, and then you need to find someone very quickly. But maybe there is a guy, let's say in Riga, who really would like to work for you, and he's perfect talent for you, but he would never knew about that. But maybe he sent you a resume just a few years back. So to still have that resume, of course, with the consent and all GDPR rules, you'll have a database as well, and AI matching system that's gonna match as soon you're gonna post the job offer. It's gonna match with all the talents that you had before. Let's say if you are looking for a waiter and you did this job offer, it's gonna analyze with AI, of course, it's gonna analyze all the resumes that you had before, and if one person had, let's say, experience of waiter more than the other one, it will just show you that, okay, this person matches most. So you actually will reduce time on just browsing through the whole resumes, especially if you're a super famous bar. And yes, there's one more feature that we want to add is an endless resume, how I want to say. So let's say all of you came here right now, and it would be nice to have that on your resume as well. So why not? Just to have, let's say, a small pin or some verification. So just that you will have some digital track of record as well of, okay, I have been to this tasting, this masterclass, and this and this and that. Because I believe for managers it's meaningful as well to understand that you actually want to learn, actually want to improve as well. So this is how you can stand out from others as well, because that's why we do it as well, right? Not only for us, but for our future, so all the competitions and stuff. So just to have this verified, also to have a reference system from your previous job employer. Let's say if someone comes from Italy to Oslo and you will not call to his previous manager, AI will take care of that. So this is what we're trying to build. This is just one more tool that will try to make our life easier, I believe, and it will make us focus on what actually matters the most, is serving guests and making drinks. It's not that we will not focus so much on these type of routines and have struggled to find the talent. So I believe that AI will just make that opportunities will never be lost. It will actually help us to create new opportunities for other people. So we're trying to build this project together with the community. So please scan the QR codes. You can join our waiting list. You have also QR codes on tables, whoever has or not. But yes, we're gonna run more surveys. We want to understand the problem or the pain in recruiting for hospitality industry, and we will try to solve it together. Thank you so much, guys.
Did everybody get a QR code? Did everybody take a photo? All that jazz, yes? Perfect. Now I'm gonna talk shit. How about them apples? Is that okay? Does anybody need a drink, a smoke, a wank? No? Great. Hi, my name is Danil Nevsky. I know a whole bunch of you here today. Can we hear me more or less? Are we good? Are we clear? Perfect. Now the session is called Artificial Intelligence. Is it a tool? Is it an enemy? And nowadays, if you look at your X account, your Instagram account, YouTube, there's always like, AI is gonna come and take our jobs, or AI is the devil, and regulate AI, and 10 billion, 5 billion, and all this fucking random shit. Now, I originally prepared this session for Jameson hosts. I spent 6 months working with an American AI company, trying to understand AI as a human being. right? And I approach it in the same sense of like, nobody really knows what the fuck they're talking about. Sorry. In that, unless you're working for OpenAI or Claude or whatever, and developing these systems, it's very hard as a normal human being to have a grasp of what's really going on. That's why I reached out to an AI company who ended up working with us. You can't hear it? You can't hear it. Can you hear it? Can everybody hear me? Is this better? Well, that was useless when I was doing this, and you said yes. Perfect. So, the point of today's session for me is to take you through my journey whilst working with an AI company for more than 4 to 5, 6 months, doing different things, and this is the discoveries that was made. Cool? I pretty much start every session I've ever done in this form. Right? So, here we are. Nobody can predict the future. If you've lived through COVID, if you've lived through whatever the fuck is going on with the politics in the US today, none of us could predict this thing. And here we are, sweating and happy, whatever. For as long as I've been a bartender, all we've done in hospitality is essentially complain. Okay, you know, things are bad, things are always terrible. You know, we're always underpaid. Something is going to come and take our jobs. We're gonna, you know, the world of drinking is going to change. In 2020, when COVID came, everyone's going to say, oh, the world has changed, no one's going to go back to bars anymore. And as soon as the COVID closed, we were all drinking like fish, right? So the whole idea is that AI is going to do this or that or the other is just speculation. You have to ask yourself at any moment when somebody's trying to scare you about the subject, what is the intention of doing that? What are they trying to achieve, right? And that's how I approach the subject, and that's how I'm going to do this session, okay? As you can tell, I was out last night, and I've lost my voice. For the breakup, bitches, it's great. Right, so, AI in the context of cocktails. We are at Bar Convent Berlin. This is a bartending convention. All of us work in hospitality. This is the context I want to talk about when it comes to AI. And I broke down kind of the bar industry for the last 120 years into 3 major eras. We lived in the era of the classic drinks. The amount of bartenders that argue about specs for a Manhattan or a Bamboo or some other shit that nobody makes anywhere except in Stagger Lee, right? Then, in the 2000s, we entered the era of equipment. Everybody wants a rotovac, everybody wants a centrifuge, everybody wants to have a smoking gun or blah, 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 blah. Right, that was the next era. Nowadays, we have access to these things. We have access to all this complicated scientific equipment. And I believe that we've just entered the beginning of the era of tech, right? Think about it. The only reason I am relevant, so to speak, is because I'm on Instagram. I don't have a bar, I don't have a brand, I talk shit online. And yet somehow I'm able to go and do conventions around the world and do seminars, right? We are in this era. Whether you like it, disagree with it, is kind of irrelevant. You have to adapt. Ryan Chetty famously said, adapt or die. And that's how the world works. What I'm going to try and show you today is what I think might be happening and how we need to adapt to learn with this new progression. Because it's not you versus AI, it's you versus someone else who knows AI, right? That's human nature. You gain new tools, you adapt to them, you use them, right? That's the difference. It's not you versus artificial intelligence, it's you versus another human being who's learned this and it's helping them create presentations, manuals, and whatever. Cool? Cool. So, that doesn't matter. Since this is a direct presentation from Jameson Host, and this is not a Jameson seminar, at least contextually, the whole point of the session that we did was that we used 3 different classic drinks, and we were trying to find out, can AI create cocktails? Cool? Cool. These are the 3 drinks we used. And having researched the era of tech, the one I'm talking about, I broke down of all the different things about AI into 4 different kind of themes or thematics, things that are happening in the era of tech that might be relevant to our industry. So today I'm going to talk about 3 drinks and the 4, in my opinion, in the era of tech and AI, pillars that might be relevant and will affect our job in the next 5 or so years. Okay? Cool. Artificial intelligence, AI, crypto, augmented and virtual reality, and robotics and automation. They are all considered part of the era of tech, and all of them are currently using AI in those segmentation pillars. So, first and foremost, AI, artificial intelligence. Did you download this or is this Canva? Nice. So nowadays, we make, if you remember when ChatGPT first launched, everybody's trying to make images with it. Mid-Journey was the same. Everyone's thinking, cool, we can create new things, we can build things. And then the results were sometimes like 5 hands, 6 fingers, you know. Will Smith eating bolognese was like a thing for a while. It was really weird. And then, so in my mind, I was like, cool, well, let's explore the idea of artificial intelligence. I'm sure most of you here have gone in ChatGPT, like, hey, can you give me a flavor pairing? Actually, that's a good question. Who here has used ChatGPT for research when it comes to cocktails before? All right, most of us, great. There you go. Even the person on the other, oh, I'm very loud. Oh, this is much better. Anyway, so, cocktail creation, ingredient research, flavor pairings, equipment usage guides. That's what I've used artificial intelligence for, and that's what I'm going to share with you today, that process, and show you how to do it shit and how I've gained better results, right? Because most of AI, whether it's Mid-Journey, ChatGPT, or otherwise, is prompts, right? You have to learn how to prompt. And I'm going to show you a basic guide to prompting correctly to get better results, and prompting incorrectly, where you can get the worst shit in the world, right? Great. So, this is my brain before AI. Oh, by the way, all of the images here have all been generated through AI, through prompting, right? So you can take something like this. Oh, it didn't do it. There we go. And you can even now animate images into actual videos through just AI. It's an example of your brain exploding. Right, so first and foremost, artificial intelligence, era of tech, specifically ChatGPT, the most utilized LLS, I think it's called, LMS, whatever. So, the cocktail, everybody's Irish, right? Basic prompt, hey, do you know the cocktail called Everybody's Irish? It thought for 9 seconds, it gave me a response. The prompt was basic, just a question. The history given was correct, but it gave me the wrong recipe, and it gave me a spec suggestion, which is kind of meh, right? So I didn't ask for a spec suggestion, none of that. I just said, do you know this drink? The response, when it cross-referenced, was incorrect. So, an example of a follow-up prompt from that. According to the Savoy Cocktail Book, the specs is this, this, and this. You're spot on, that's exactly how it's printed the Savoy. Suddenly, it's, saying sorry, because it fucked up, right? So the follow-up suddenly gave me the correct history, gave me references, and converted the spec into what I understand, from ounces, or dashes, or whatever, into this. By the way, I'll send you this presentation, so you can keep it, you don't have to take photos. So that is an example of using AI almost like a Google search, with conditions, right? Now here's a different way to look at it. This is the original Everybody's Irish drink, and this is supposedly ChatGPT's balanced version. It's hilarious because the original spec has 2.5 ml of creme de menthe, and the supposedly balanced one has 7.5 ml of creme de menthe. If anyone here has ever put creme de menthe in their mouth, it's like alcoholic Listerine. It's disgusting. No drink in the world should ever have creme de menthe in it at all. If you like creme de menthe, I'm sorry, you're a sociopath. That's a joke, please don't shoot me. But the point of it is, also, 5 ml of green chartreuse to 15. Where is the balance here? So this is an example of you are using ChatGPT to impress your brain. ChatGPT doesn't have flavor. It doesn't understand balance. It is just a tool. That's what's going to come out with it. The most important thing about things like ChatGPT is you as a person, as a human being, your knowledge, your experience. I know that's not balanced. Someone who might be younger and less experienced might then go, cool, that's balanced. I'm going to put that on the menu and then put out a shit thing, right? AI is a tool that can be utilized. It is not a replacement for your own knowledge, talent, experience, or palate. That's the difference. Looking at it as a threat, if you think that, if you're scared of ChatGPT bringing out that bullshit, you're a shit bartender, right? Because that's it. That's who you're up against. And you're nervous, so there's something wrong with you in terms of your own skill and knowledge of classics and balance if that's threatening your job. You get it? Good. So here is an example of a small guide to prompts. This is not ultimate guide, this is just my guide. If you are going to prompt AI, give it a brief, give it the context, give it any additional details that you might want, and give it a summarize of the task. Furthermore, I've since improved this. Give it success criteria and how you want that result to look like. In a table, in a list, in a graph, right? Tell it how you want to see it. I have learned more about correct communication from talking to ChatGPT because it's like a small child, and I'm now better at communication with my wife because I realized I wasn't telling her what exactly I wanted. I was assuming a lot of things. Now I'm like, hey, can you do this for me? This is how I want it. Can you get it like this? She's like, great, I know exactly what you need right now, as opposed to going, hey, did you buy the milk? Or whatever, some shit like that. I know it sounds dumb, but I have become a better person learning how to speak to this AI child and learn about communications. How many times have you asked somebody to do something and your expectation of the result does not matches their expectation of a result and you get into a fight, right? And you're annoyed. Now, is that their fault, your fault, or the communication and the language used and the management of the expectations of what you need? See what I'm going with this? So, I'm doing research on the Everybody's Irish cocktail from the Savoy cocktail. Cool, that's the brief, that's what I'm doing. Context. I find the original cocktail unbalanced. I want to create a modern riff that's more applicable to the current palate, right? Because that was the goal. Additional details. Everything in metric. I want you to reference your research. So give me references of where you're getting this information from. Give explanations of your results, so justify. You can give me multiple results, so you get multiple POVs. You can even ask AI to argue against itself in case it might have legitimate points against the point of view. Use whatever modern bartending techniques you feel are necessary. So I'm giving it a direction. I want this to be a modern riff on a classic. Your task, analyze the original spec, give suggestions for a more balanced version. Cool? This prompt gives it exactly what I want, right? Let's see the results. Well, there was like 7 different results, but this is an example of one of them. Everybody's olive oil old-fashioned, olive oil washed, silky, minimal sugar. It used fat washing, a common modern technique. The spec is definitely rebalanced. Saline, I hate that word, but everybody loves to put a bit of saline in everything nowadays. It gives me options, you can do this, you can do that, and it gives me a garnish, and even an express cola discard. That reads like something a modern mixologist in one of Remy Savage's bars would make, right? Or another modernist drink. That actually looks like a cocktail from the modern bartending era. You get me? And it came up with that. Let's explore further. If you notice, it brought up fat washing. As you can tell, as someone who's 108 kilos, fat is my specialist subject. Because I'm fat. That's cool. You guys are really hungover, huh? Yeah, fat guy. Have you ever wondered how much fat we should use in a fat wash? Like, how much do you use when you fat wash anything? For 1 liter of vodka, how much fat would you use? Anybody? Somebody? 50 to 20%. Why?
The best way to express the flavor.
Why? What is the logic behind that number? What is the scientific reasoning for that? I had no idea either. I used exactly the same specs. So I was like, wait a minute. Why do we use, because that's normally what we see all the specs. 15, 20%, like 300 grams of butter for a liter, right? And I was like, well, why does this work? Why is this a thing? So I asked, because I'm not a fucking scientist, I'm a bartender. I dropped out of engineering, my mother loves me. You get me? So I asked the AI, how much fat to use in a fat wash? Because I was confused. Quick question, I'm experimenting with fat washing using a 40% ABV spirit. Currently, with blah blah, 70 grams, I'm trying to figure out, is there a flavor saturation point for the spirit after which no more flavor can be extracted, right? And again, this prompt is not even following my existing template. It's just, I was just confused. For maybe there's blah blah blah. Please think hard and let me know your hypothesis, opinion, and provide feedback. Okay. So, The feedback, which we're going to break down, which was about 17 pages long, based on science that I'm not a chemist, included all of the shit that I've never heard about ever in my life. I'm a bartender. I'm not a chemical professor. I don't know what hydrophobic triglycerides are. I've never heard of diketones beyond speaking about it about rum. Why lactones? I'm lactose intolerant. I'm scared of milk. Long fatty acids. I know fatty acids, but not. I don't know the length has got to do with it. Partition coefficient limits. What the fuck? And more and more and more. I don't want to pronounce it. As it turns out, this is something I learned from doing this. That, again, I love being dumb because you ask questions and you get answers. In a 40% ABV spirit, only 40% of that mixture can react with fats. Because ethanol has a polarity, so it's got a hydrophobic tail and a hydrophilic head. So only to the ethanol does the fat react with it. Maybe some of you knew this. I had no clue. I just put butter into vodka. Conclusion that AI explained to me, that because only 40% of your spirit can react to the butter, that means that there is a moment at which the solution, because alcohol is a solution, a combination of two different things, will break, right? And that flavor that is absorbed into the 40% spirit, it's absorbed in 40% of that mixture, right? So in any fat wash, only 40% of the mixture has that fat flavor, and that solution can break. Anything beyond below 35% ABV is redundant because it does not extract enough flavor. A. B. After you make a drink and you shake a drink or you dilute it, the alcohol percentage that has fat control, like the fat is connected to the ethanol, goes so low you will lose all of the silky flavor. Does that make sense? So basically, AI explained to me that half of the fat washing cocktails I've made were useless for the last 7 years of my life. I just used fat washing to sound cool because it was a modernist technique, but in reality, scientifically, it did fucking nothing. I was just convincing myself and everyone around me, I like Stockholm syndrome, that yeah, you can taste the butter, right? There was no, the butter's like, the solution's broken, it's on the ice, it's not even there anymore, right? That is why, for example, the original fat washing cocktail, the Benton's Old Fashioned, made by Don Lee in PDT almost 20 years ago, worked because it was an old fashioned. It was just sugar bitters, and 100% of that cocktail was a 40% base. But that's why it had that silk. That's why it had that flavor. But when I'm putting it into a highball and my ABV is 5%, none of that fat wash is coming out. And it's proven by science, and it's referenced by science. Now, bear in mind, that is different if you use aroma in the fat. Fat absorbs aroma. And in perfume, enfleurage is often different aromas that have been infused in said fats. And alcohol is very good at extracting those aromas from the fat. So the smell of the aroma of, say, brown butter that gets infused into the spirits is not the same as the texture of the silkiness of the fat wash. See what I'm saying? So I'm separating the fat washing silkiness from the aromas that you might extract. Those are two different things. The aromas are much stronger, they can stay in the flavor, but the silkiness that you're supposed to get from fat washing will not. Cool? Just for clarity. So, cool. I would have never learned this. Turns out, for 40% ABV spirits, you need 7.5 to 10% of fat, and you can reuse it up to 4 times. You don't have to throw it away. How much fat have you thrown away doing fat washing for the last 7 years? This is the graph. This is the ultimate amount, 5 to 7.5%. Anything above 10% fat in a 40% ABV solution, you will get no benefits. Chemically proven and discovered through AI by an idiot who's never heard of diketones. Right? So, cool. See, it has improved my life. It has made me more efficient. For anyone here who's a bar manager and putting in their P&L fat washing, you don't have to throw away the fat. Suddenly you can increase your margins, and that is something we've discovered, at least I have discovered, and tested it at home, by the way. I double test the experiment, I don't just listen to it, through AI. I think that's a win, right? So, again, it's a tool to use in your own research. Moving on. So, obviously we're not doing a tasting today because This is not James Post. But we did a thing with smoke and butter and face, and we tasted the drink, and it was like, wow, that's super nice. Cool, cool, cool. Right, so that was ChatGPT, that was prompts, that was AI using that app. We have 3 more, we have time? We got time. We got 25 minutes till the next talk, and it's the 3rd day, and I'm sweating for Nebranka. I don't care anymore. It's done. Tech Beyond the Bar, I'm gonna speed it up a little bit. I know I'm talking very fast, but this is like, cool, in my opinion. Tech Beyond the Bar, boom. First of all, augmented virtual reality, boom. Does it play? Here we go. Years and years ago, in about 2015, a guy called Jamie from Chester, Jamie Jones, made the first artificial augmented reality menu. It's been done many, many times since, but for some reason it never came big. You can use your phone to bring a cocktail to life. It was a way to create stories through your iPhone and give them actual, oh my God. Oh, well, okay. You see, you wanna go look at that again? No, yes, we're done.
We're done.
Because how much time do your guests, do you spend as a waiter or as a floor staff coming on the floor with 10 drinks, holding a tray of drinks, explaining every single one? By the time you're done talking, the 10th drink is too warm, over-diluted, tastes weird. This way, they could drop the drinks on a coaster with a QR code, they put it on, there's storytelling, you can record it, you can look at it, it brings the cocktail to life. I think that is cool. Furthermore, nowadays, bar design is also improving. Behind bars, bar stations from Norway use Oculus Rift, LiDAR sensors, and reality to be able to analyze a bar. This is an iPad. If you own an iPad Pro for the last 3-4 years, shut the fuck up. If you own an iPad Pro for the last 3 years, you have a LiDAR sensor. A LiDAR sensor can create the 3D imagery. You can use a free app to be able to analyze a space, and then if you were to say, wanted to build a bar in 3D that you can then walk around in an Oculus Rift, I can give you the name of the app, it's free to use, I can give you the Oculus Rift price, and you can essentially, what Behind Bars does is, when they send you a station design, you can put it in the space that you're planning on building, and look at the height, based on your height, where it is, and actually how it looks in the space you're in. So it's going to revolutionize bar design. You no longer have to sit and look at an architectural plan that none of us are trained to read, because you can literally walk around the space and go, that's too high. This bar should be lower. Oh shit, we didn't think about the plug, right? We don't have electricity here. That amount of space for Fat Dan is not enough for him to get through in this corner. You see what I'm saying? All of these technologies are coming and they're available to you now. Many of them are now in your iPads, your iPhones, your cameras that will help you to be better at what you do. Maybe even something like event design or pop-ups in festivals. You're now able to see what you're trying to make before you commit to the expense of building something. And it's much more efficient financially than committing to something and getting pissed off about it. So that's Behind Bars bar stations. Those are the stations they design in Norway. They will actually communicate with their clients around the world through an Oculus virtual reality headset so they can see what the bar looks like. Cool, third one, crypto. Crypto sucks ass, I hate crypto, that's how crypto works. It's a fucking money laundering scheme, nice. But there's now companies around the world that are using things like crypto to create essentially members clubs. Or, even better, there's bars that are now completely based on retro gaming and members. You can pay with crypto, right? I think it's kind of cool, but the coolest one I found was this one. If you are into collecting whiskey bottles, rum bottles, and all sorts, the problem with collecting these rare things, you have to keep them physically in a place. This particular interesting company called Block Bar will allow you to buy the liquid and it will stay at the producer, and then that gives you a token. So your collection can be in Isla, in Cognac, everywhere. And then you can have that collection is virtual. Now you can burn the token and receive your bottle at a later date, but if you wanted to have a collection and swap bottles, that might be rare. You now no longer have to physically have the bottle or lose it in transit or in breaking. It's a safer way to have a spirit collection. These new technologies are, and that makes sense. You know, imagine spending 3, 4, 5,000 on a bottle for it to break in transit on the way to you. Cool. I'm trying to hurry up because, you know, time. Last but not least, robotics and automation. This is the scariest one for us, and this is the only one I'm worried about when it comes to our job. And that's because, as we know, everyone's now drinking at home a lot more. Also, automation kind of replaces humans in some way or form. I've been to a beer bar in the US where there's only 2 members of staff, the cashier and the barback. You come in, you get a cup. It's like, no one's gonna suggest to you booze anymore. You take your cup, you go to a thing, it's digitally combined, you get your beer. No one needs to serve you, no one needs to talk to you. It's function over experience. And the barback just cleans the glasses. You no longer need 12 bartenders, a million taps. You just get in there and stay with your friends. So, bar sys, at-home bar system, but that's not the scariest one. The scariest one is this. Some, I think it's Serbian cafe AI could measure in a coffee shop how many cups a member of staff is making per hour and how long guests are sitting in the coffee shop. Rounded up to 5 minutes or whatever. So, on one hand, this is great because you can measure the efficiency of your staff and measure how much your people are sitting around. On the other hand, in the hands of an authoritarian dictator dickhead and shit legislation, somebody could say, cool, you are 70% less efficient this month than you were last month, so you're getting less money, which is mad, right? So it has, like we said earlier, AI is a tool in the hands of the wrong person. It could be very much a negative thing. In the right person, it could be a great thing. Managers spend so much time hyper-focusing on different aspects of an operation. AI could help them see a bigger picture and have eyes in the back of their head. Now then it's up to the moral standards of the manager to see how they do that. Do I need to improve the training of this individual? They're a little bit slower than we require? Or am I going to be someone who's always putting mental pressure on them and physical pressure on them to perform better in a negative way, right? Cool. So, and this is a million other things that we found, which I think you guys talked about, from stock control to training to P&L to reservations. There's now AI companies that handle reservations automatically from you, from OpenTable to Resi to Google. Everything is combined into one. You no longer have to answer a million calls and all this kind of stuff. Oh my God, what am I talking about? I'm so hungover. Oh, okay. So, there's no chatbot today. I ran out of money. We had Remy in the chatbot. I know I'm over time by at least 15 minutes. I know we had 3 different presentations today, from your app that you're using, to the bar manual, to me speed running a 1-hour presentation from Jameson hosts about AI and virtual reality. I hope this was interesting. I hope this was opened up your eyes in the different possibilities and what's going on around the world right now. If you want this presentation, I'm going to give you a QR code right now. Come over, scan it, it's yours. Thank you. We have to probably run because we have a new presentation, like 15 minutes. And you're going to see me at the bar here with Botanical by Alphonse, having some delicious cocktails. If you want to chat, I'm all yours. Love you. Bye. Goodbye.
No balls.
Guys, I have 4